Okay, there's the dun 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 dun. The movie's starting. It's been a long time. Haven't seen this in years. Okay, so right now I'm looking at the screen, and a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away has just popped up. Star Wars. Okay, so yeah, I'm watching this. It's been a long time since I've seen this movie. Like a really long time, actually. The last time I watched this movie was right before The Last Jedi came out. I rewatched this one with the intent of rewatching all six or all seven of the previous episodes. Didn't do it. Just watched this one and went to go see Last Jedi. And like, I remember the hype for that movie. Everybody thought it was going to be like the greatest thing ever made. Some people thought it was when they came out of it. Other people, not so much. Yeah. Okay, so we're talking about Episode 4, A New Hope. Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, Princess Leia races home aboard her starship custodian of the stolen plans that can save her people and restore freedom to the galaxy. Oh man, I have a lot of memories with this one. I'm watching the 2004 special edition, which, if you can believe it, came out 15 years ago. Jeez. I bought that when it was brand new. This DVD is 15 years old. It's insane. But yeah, that was, in truth, I think my first pure experience with Star Wars, because while I do remember the special editions coming out in 97, I was really into Jurassic Park and the Lost World, so I didn't really care much. But a few years later, I did get into it full force. There's the Tentai 4 and the Star Destroyer. Really iconic. George Lucas outdid himself on this. George Lucas's work in general, though, is always beautiful. I've got, apart from this movie, THX 1138. And of course, I've seen American Graffiti. If you've not seen either of those earlier works by him, do yourself a favor and watch them, because like a lot of people just associate him with Star Wars. Watch his other stuff. It's going to fascinate you if you're into movies. All right, so we've got the C-3PO droid and R2-D2. It's amazing how good this movie looks, and this was like almost 30 years after its release when this DVD special edition came out. It's still such an iconic opening. I mean, there'll be no the princess this time. What a nice little... I'm getting a lot of nostalgia rewatching this. I haven't seen it in just 2 years. It's not been that long, but like... I don't know what it is, man. It's this first Star Wars movie gets to me. But yeah, it was the 2004 re-release of the special edition that got me really interested in Star Wars full force. Because like the Phantom Menace was a big deal. And I remember the hype. Everything for my birthday that year was Jar Jar or Darth Maul related. But yeah, here come the Stormtroopers. Man, this is cool. Especially for 77. You can imagine, just kids back in that time period, what their imagination must have been like when this came out. My father was 14, so he was definitely older than what the target audience was for this at the time. And he's not like a major league nerd or anything, but he does like his Star Wars. It's funny, my dad was 14 when the original... I always thought that was weird. C-3PO just like somehow doesn't get hit by the... It's fine. Like, I'm not going to attack the movie for it, but whatever. Now, this I do remember from the 90s. This was another first thing I ever saw about Star Wars was Darth Vader's appearance right here. I had a friend that his mom and dad bought him everything, and he had the VHS special edition. I remember watching that, and I was like, I don't know who that is, but he is bad. All right, here we got Carrie Fisher with her floppy disk going into R2-D2. Oh, man. What was I talking about for a C-3PO? I don't remember. I wish I did. But yeah, man, like this is a movie that I really enjoy. It took me a while to get to it. It's amazing that one thing, a movie like this, I hate to say this, but I feel like if this came out today, it would be nowhere near as influential as it was, all those years ago. It's a shame because this is a good movie. Oh, wow. I always loved that. And where is the ambassador? Commander, tear this ship apart until you found those plans and bring me the passengers. I want them alive. Oh, Darth Vader, the Roland Timbo of space. Oh, man. Look at her hair. It's so different and weird. People in the 70s are like, what in the hell did I smoke? What am I watching? Weong. She'll be all right. You know what really lends itself well to this movie is the fact that they constructed all of these little sets and they're kind of like rectangular or oval in design. So you've got all these leading lines for cinematography where you've got like C-3PO on one end, R2-D2 on the other, and they've got the Abbott and Costello kind of thing going off where they're like fat guy, skinny guy. So wait, did someone just shoot at them? Never thought about that. So they know they're jettisoning the escape pod. There it goes. This is beautiful. This is very cutting edge. Oh, I miss watching this through the eyes of a kid. Or at least someone younger. Here's one little weird tidbit of information. So, I don't even know how I'm going to say this. Princess Leia does not wear a bra. Apparently, George Lucas was very adamant about not seeing any wireframe or anything underneath her dress because he's like, people in space don't have bras. What are you, Carrie? Shut up. And Carrie Fisher, did Carrie Fisher have this idea? Someone had the idea to, I swear this is how I remember this. They duct taped her down and Carrie wanted to play like a game where either Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford would like win a match and see who would get to remove the duct tape like at the end of each shoot. It's such a weird like little piece of movie trivia history, but it's interesting because like before she died, Carrie Fisher talked about how she had that relationship with Harrison Ford after Star Wars. So yeah, have fun with that if you didn't already know it. Duct tape. Bra, no. But yeah, they got duct tape in space. Oh, man. Oh, that music, too. Da, 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 da. So different from the Empire Strikes Back. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so this would have been like Tunisia, right? One more thing about this movie that's really unique compared to all of the other ones, even the sequels to the original trilogy, like Empire and Return of the Jedi. Look at how messed up 3PO looks right here. Like he's just all like oily and decrepit, like he's been rusting for years on years. Same with R2. R2 needs some WD-40. Look how scorched he is. Like Empire, I think he's all shiny. Well, R2's not because he gets all swampy on Dagobah. You don't realize until you go back to watch these originals how little of R2 and 3PO they use in the sequel trilogy. Of course, they didn't really use too much of 3PO in the prequels. I mean, he's there, but he's not like as major as he is in like the originals. R2 though, R2 was always in all these movies up until Force Awakens, where they just threw a blanket over him for like the whole movie. Of course, they've kind of replaced him with BB-8. All right, there he goes. That's not just see. That's just a simple but like nice looking shot. It also looks very independent 70s, which is what this was. It's so weird to know that this was an independent movie that George Lucas was just like, yeah, I want to go make this movie, and they gave him some money and he made it. And it looks expensive. This movie looks like it was more expensive than Jaws, which I think is not. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure Jaws cost a considerable more amount of money than Star Wars. There's the skeleton of the Brachiosaurus from Fallen Kingdom. He tricked me into staying on Nublar. There's the Sandcrawler. That's what that's called. A transport. What is that really supposed to be? A crate dragon or something? I always want to see whatever like that was really alive. So apparently I know this shot is digitally enhanced for the special edition. Fun fact, I owned the 1995 VHS release of the original trilogy. It was the unaltered version, the final release of that before the 97 special editions came about. I have never seen them. I've never once watched unaltered Star Wars, and I own the videotapes. I don't have a VCR anymore, but like I own them. And I don't like, guys, like I am a Star Wars fan, but just part of me just, I'm interested in seeing the unaltered version, but like I grew up immersed in this stuff. Like I had the comic books, like the Marvel comic books for Star Wars back when they were like Jabba the Hutt looked like just a guy. You know what I mean? Before Return of the Jedi, that hadn't honed his design down. Like, I know Star Wars. I mean, I know some people will be like, oh, you're not a real fan unless you watch that unaltered cut of the original trilogy. But, like, dude, come on, man. Like, if they wanted to go back and brush up stuff, it's their movie. Come on. Like, I mean, I get it. I didn't grow up with it. So, like, I'm not that privy to, like, the changes. I did feel a little weirded out by some of the changes in the 3D version of Jurassic Park from 2013. But even those, they were just like smoothing Jeff Goldblum's hair and enlarging Robert Muldoon's quads. It's just like, okay. I'd be okay with them going back and removing the continuity errors and mistakes in Jurassic Park. I mean, I know that's not what they did in Star Wars. They like added in complete scenes and stuff. And I mean, geez, by the time you get to Return of the Jedi, they have like a whole dance thing that wasn't even in the movie originally. But I'm bringing all this up because there is one scene they added in this movie, A New Hope, that I actually really like. And I'm pretty sure you already know what it is because, well, I think a lot of people like it. They just don't want to say they like it. Okay, so here we got R2-D2 about to get sucked up by this Snuffleupagus-looking trunk of a sandcrawler mechanism. I don't know what you'd call that. He's getting his restraining bolts put on him. Yep, there he gets sucked up. I have been chosen. Good luck, my friends. I go off to a better place. Oh, I always liked the design of that droid. I don't know why. He just looks cool. It's like a Sith protocol droid. And there's the walking trash can. And there's the other one. Man, Star Wars had such good art design for all their stuff. Look at that binocular thing. I think Toy Story probably took a lot of inspiration for this from you know when they were doing like Sid's room with all those freak toys? They're cannibals. This is fun. This is fun talking about Star Wars. There's 3PO's dumbass with a restraining bolt on his chest. I flagged him down, buddy. So one different thing about this entire opening sector of the film. Oh, hold on. We got a sweet transition coming up. Check out these dinosaurs the stormtroopers are riding. See, that was the kind of thing that got me really interested in Star Wars. Man, they're cool. Dewbacks. I can remember a Dewback toy being sold in stores in like green packaging when I was a kid. Look, sir, droids. Dewbacks are cool. Now, is that a miniature? It looks really good. It has to be a miniature. They didn't build that giant thing. But yeah, man, damn it, I keep going off tangent and not remembering what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stuff I can talk about with Star Wars, and I'm just forgetting it. One interesting fact that relates back to Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg had to leave the post-production of the original JP movie so he could go film Schindler's List. And he puts his good buddy George Lucas in full control of the, ILM visual effects development on the movie for the CGI. And that's the point, when George Lucas is sitting there behind the computer helping Dennis Muren do the dinosaurs. He's like, okay, I think technology's caught up to where I can make the prequels, which might be terrible if you don't like those movies. But like, it's just interesting to me that like a lot of people don't give Lucas credit for working on Jurassic Park, but like he did, man. And another thing about Jurassic Park CGI and George Lucas and everything, one little tidbit of information that a lot of people don't know is that there are points in Jurassic Park where the T-Rex's head or feet are like enlarged for effect when it's like chasing something. Famously, the CGI model for the Tyrannosaurus in the first movie is not identical to the animatronic that was made. In fact, if you look at like where the teeth are positioned in the jaw and like how many teeth are in the mouth, they're like completely different. From what I understand, I think the animatronic has way more teeth and they're in better positions. The head is like completely different. That's why in the Jurassic World movies, the T-Rex looks slightly different, is because what they did was they took the animatronic and the CGI model and combined both looks. Because if you compare the T-Rex in the main Road Attack, it looks completely different to the T-Rex while it's chasing the Jeep. If you never knew this, go back and look at it. They don't look like the same animal. And they had similar problems in Lost World. But, yeah, man, what they did in the new movies was they combined the CGI model with the animatronic. And I think a lot of people would have preferred that just to scan the animatronic, but then it wouldn't look like the CGI model. So it's probably the best compromise they could have done. God, Luke sounds whiny. I was going to Tasha Stage to pick up some talk about us. Oh, poor R2D2. So are droids essentially like slaves? So that looks like what's going on right here. Three PO's like, fuck you. Uh-oh. What does Houdini mean? They keep screaming it. Bob it. Bob it. Twist it. Zap it. Pull it. Meow. Houdini. Okay, let's go. There's a deleted scene around here with Luke and his friends and Biggs and stuff. It's really weird. I'm glad they cut it. But like, it's so weird. I don't know if I'm the only one. It's so weird watching Luke Skywalker interact with like a girl outside of Princess Leia. Wow, his acting sucks in this, by the way. Did you see his reaction? He said they're fucking 18 years old playing with his damn toy. It sucks. I want to leave this rock. You're on Tatooine, 3PO. This is where you were created. I see, Sir Luke. It's about to hit that floppy disk. Man, Mark Hamill. His line delivery is weird. It's been a while since I've watched this. I don't remember it being like I don't want to criticize and be like that's bad, but like you know, as much as people don't like The Last Jedi, and I mean I have trust me, I've got a lot of problems with it too, but Mark Hamill gave a really good performance as Luke Skywalker in it, or Jake Skywalker, depending on, you know, how you want to look at it. But his acting in that movie is really good. And maybe he gets better in like Empire and Return of the Jedi, but right here, man. So I'm recording this around the time that they just officially announced the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series. Very interested in seeing that. I've got the Kenobi book. I actually bought it yesterday. I've not read it. I do have quite a lot of Star Wars books. I'm actually reading through Darth Plagueis right now. I'm about 70 pages in. Really enjoying it. Very different from what I'm used to. I read a lot of Crichton most of the time, as you already know. But like, it's even different from a lot of Star Wars books. So he removes the restraining bolt. Hey, what happened? Man, this movie's childish. Oh, now we're going to get the infamous dinner scene, complete with blue milk and swearing. Isn't there swearing in? No, that's later. That's later. Obi-Wan says damn. Uncle Owen says hell. And then I don't think anyone would... Oh, wait, no. Han Solo says hell in Empire. And then I don't think anyone would cuss in a Star Wars movie until The Last Jedi or Force Awakens. Won't you stop fucking with that droid, boy? Don't bring that goddamn Empire to our house and burn us alive. There's the blue milk. Why you lying? You're not my father, Owen. So now when he says he's going to transmit his... So the Academy, that's not like the rebellion. So is he going to join the Empire? That's what I always took it as. Like, he was going to go to the Empire. Like, but he clearly doesn't like it. He's just like, get me the fuck out of Tatooine. Uh-oh. He's sad. Jeez. And here we've got a very famous shot. This is George Lucas's favorite shot, apparently, in all of Star Wars. It is beautiful right here. Like, look at that. That's so simple, but it's got like a unique art design. Costume design is cool. I like Hamill's reaction right here too. Two suns. Look at that. Music by John Williams. It's so good. It's so good. But it's simple. You know what I mean? Like, it's not overthought or overproduced. It's just like a guy looking at suns. Man, do you imagine how different ILM was back in those days? They were making like models and stuff. Oh, you're getting deactivated, motherfucker. I'm sending you to Jabba's palace right now. Is that like a little Mercedes-Benz icon on that land speeder? Or is that like a Target thing? Don't worry, I got the Viewmaster out. We gonna find his ass. Oh, hey, there's numbers in that. Is there numbers in Star Wars? I thought they'd be like, what is that? RC robot? Need your help on the farm, Luke. You don't want the electricity bill going too high. Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru can't live. They got to cut the power out at night. You know they're cutting it close. Living paycheck to paycheck, moisturizing the farm. They would never write a scene like that today. It'd be like, Owen texts Luke instead of screaming around the desert igloo. Yeah, hit the accelerator, 3PO. Uh-oh. Their design is so cool. Banthas, just the whole thing, like, so inventive. So fun. Where the hell is he going? How does he know where Obi-Wan even lives? I wonder if we'll go to Tatooine in episode 9. Probably not. Uh-oh. What the hell, Luke? You live there. You know how dangerous they are. Now, this shot that we're about to see where he raises his staff, that is actually, he just raised his staff once, and what they did was they rewound it and fast forwarded it again and again through editing to make it look like he did, lifting it like 3 or 4 times above his head. And I think you can see the rocks supporting the land speeder in this shot, so that's not really floating. I could be wrong. They may have changed that, but it still looks like, yeah... looks like rocks are holding it up to me. What did they do to Luke? Did they, like, knock him out? Like, punch him or something? Oh, Lord Jesus. Ah! What do you think they thought he was? Some dark clan leader? Like, oh shit, run! Hello there. Man, I wonder. You think they're gonna add any like gray hair to Ewan McGregor's like beard for the Kenobi series? They gotta make him a little more because he's like full blown Santa Claus in the original trilogy. I mean, they gotta be changing it up somehow. Can't have him going in there looking brown. No, brown beard just ain't gonna cut it. What the fuck are you doing out in my neck of the woods, boy? Oh, I love this scene. Obi-Wan, you know damn well who R2 is. Completely forgot you had another droid. The 3PO gets beaten up quite a lot, doesn't he? We thought it was weird that in The Force Awakens he had a red arm, and like The Last Jedi takes place like right after Force Awakens, right? Like literally seconds after. I don't think he has the red arm anymore. Like what was the deal? There we got Obi-Wan's house. I'm so interested in seeing the Kenobi series. That's what your uncle told you. It's weird watching him. Alec Guinness is I mean, he's at a different point in his life as Obi-Wan, and he's similar enough to Ewan McGregor. But like now that we've seen the prequels, like they match up. I'm just saying it's a little different. He seems a little more senile in this. Like, I've done shit in years, Luke. Now I'm gonna go on this crusade. That is cool. So interesting watching this after having like the knowledge of all the other movies. Man, and John Williams, he like totally uplifts this movie's quality. Like without the John Williams score, I don't know if Star Wars would be as good as it is. Like that's how important music is to movies. This movie's very whimsical. Man, I wonder how they did that effect way back in the day. Alderaan? I'm not going to Alderaan. I can go. I'm whitey. Oh, you gonna die, son. This is very 70s. It's so weird watching it. I seem to be watching it through like a different mindset now, but like it feels so disconnected to like most of the other movies. Oh, I love this scene. He's got his 70s sideburns. Not to this battle station. It's Peter Cushing. Damn. Oh, man, that's cool. Oh, iconic. Oh, that scene's so good. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Only Imperial stormtroopers did this, Luke. Don't you know of the Clone Wars that I fought in? Didn't you pay attention in history class? Or has the Empire propagated the school systems on Tatooine? They want them droids. The robots. Now, even though a lot of this movie is quite, child centric, this scene always stuck out to me as as really grim. You know, like not so much the destroyed home that he comes to, but the shot coming up, which I didn't even catch in my first couple of viewings of this movie. Wow, that's really good cinematography. I didn't catch the skeletons for probably about a few watches, but like that. Like his family is just like dead. Destroyed skeletons? How did they even do that? What do they do? Come in there with flamethrowers? This shot coming up is great too. That right there is cool. All right, we got some TIE fighters on the disco ball in space. Yeah, I never liked their helmets. Maybe it's because I've seen Spaceballs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. A needle. A fucking needle. What do you think they did? Stabbed her in like the temple or something? He raped her. Oh, get down, Blue. No. 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 Fucking dogs. Get down. No. I'm watching Luke. No. Thank you for calming down. Look, there was nothing Luke could have done, Blue. He'd have been killed too. And the droids would be in the hands of Ken Wheatley. Good boy. That looks unsafe for 3PO. He's like riding in what essentially isn't even as safe as like the bed of a pickup truck. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. Oh my God, CGI! How dare they? That's not that bad. Then again, I didn't grow up with the original trilogy version from the 70s, so what do I know? Now, an interesting thing about that Ronto right there, it is actually the Brachiosaurus model from Jurassic Park, just tweaked. Which is weird because it doesn't look, in my opinion, anywhere near as good as the Brachiosaurus from Jurassic Park, but whatever. I think that's a destroyed Techno Union ship in the background. Got to see them in Attack of the Clones. It's so interesting how they blended the CGI with the original 1970s plate. I think they did a good job, honestly. Wow, I just realized we're already at the cantina scene. Ah, Dewback. I don't know, Luke. You're kind of soft. Look at the aliens. Look at that guy. Look at those guys. Look at that iguana thing. Like, like how they've got people in like astronaut helmets. This like the alien design is so different from like all the other movies in this one. I guess they tried to like emulate it more in The Force Awakens, but I don't know, man. Like there's just something. I don't know if it's that easy to recapture like the magic of a movie that is so original and on its own. It's no detriment to like The Force Awakens or any other sequel to Star Wars. It's just like, like, and I'm not even saying Star Wars is the best Star Wars movie. It's just like, you accept it. It's kind of like Jurassic Park. Like we're never going to get to see CGI dinosaurs for the first time ever again. Like you can't see that again. That's something only the first movie had the privilege of showing the audience. So like these alien designs and pretty much the world of Star Wars and the aesthetic, it's just like you can't really do that again, no matter how hard you try. I wish they could. I wish they could give us something so bizarrely original in it, but it seems each time they do, it just gets weird. He doesn't like you. I don't like you either. I remember seeing them in Rogue One and was like, what? They got out of there pretty freaking quick. Otherwise, they'd been blown up on Jedha. Now, this is like a Star Wars tradition. I think in every Star Wars movie, someone gets their arm or hand cut off, or a limb cut off at least. Now, granted, maybe that's not true anymore because of the new movies, but it was at the time. It was a tradition. In this movie, that guy got his arm cut off. In Empire, Luke got his hand cut off. In Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader got his hand cut off. In The Phantom Menace, who got their hand cut off in The Phantom Menace? Well, Darth Maul got cut in half. Does that count? Attack of the Clones, Anakin got his arm cut off, and in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin got his other arm and legs cut off. Now, maybe Phantom Menace doesn't have it. I don't know. Nah, you can count Darth Maul getting cut in half. They cut a lot of droids' arms off. Yes, we are, Harrison. Wow, the Chewbacca effect is really good. Yeah, we saw it in your little spin-off movie. Luke is so weird. That's the trick. Shut up, Luke. I'm not such a bad pilot myself. Let's go, Obi-Wan. Shut your ass up, Luke. I'm bargaining. '94. Uh-oh. There's stormtroopers behind that wombat alien. Here they come. Look. I don't know what you guys want. Yeah, the Chewbacca, that effect looks pretty cool. What the heck, Luke? Yes, Greedo is just Jabba. Son Chitale. It's so weird that they were going to add a little young Greedo in Phantom Menace, but they cut the scene. I don't have it with me. And here we have the infamous... You think I had a choice? Over my dead body. Dikoska. Man, like, the whole Han shot first thing. Like, I do understand. If I had only seen, like, the original cut, I'd be like, what? And I don't really know why he changed it, but, like, I don't care. Harrison Ford was asked in an interview, they're like, who shot first, Han or Greedo? And he said, I don't care. Like, he doesn't even care about it. Like, with pleasure. Smear yourself a little sheep's blood. Man, I do love this movie. It is still one of my favorites. But I gotta stand by what I said, man. Like, a movie like this today, I just feel like it would get ridiculed for being childish. It'd be like, that is not an objectively perfect movie. Like, yeah, okay, but like, it's just weird. Like, when you see what was extremely influential to cinema, like, I could see people pigeonholing this so bad nowadays. Now, just one, like, informant alien thing. Is that like a trunk or a mask? I think it's a mask, right? He looks so weird. Like, I never know, like, what species he is. Okay, so here's the added scene. I gotta be real with you. This effect for Jabba, it looks 10 times better than the man, that CGI they used in the 97 version, that sucked. That sucked so bad. I mean, now it looks fine. Like, I know people still not, oh, Boba Fett. Hey, Boba. That's a nice little shot that they've composed. And another thing that I'm probably alone on here, but like, I think that they did a good job digitally editing Han Solo walking over the tail. Like, I really think they implemented the CGI good in this footage from the 1970s. This right here, like, to me, it looks fine. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Maybe, okay, I could tell it was a little more obvious now. I don't know. It's not that bad. Yeah, okay, I'll be real with you. I could actually tell that was edited. Maybe it's just because, like, I watch so many movies, though. It never bothered me before. Look at that freaking space pirate in the back. It's going straight to Muppet Island after he gets off the set. And then they've got this one scene. How did they do this Boba Fett tease? Was he a part of the original footage, or did they film him separate? I would imagine the latter, because I don't know if I want to believe that, like, they were going to set up Boba Fett before the holiday special. But look, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I love that noise that little guy makes. Luke's got his Clint Eastwood poncho. He's seldom seen in the Clint Eastwood poncho. Hey, this was Lando's car. He's cool. Do you want to be cool, Luke? Get in the car. Oh, hey, there's his dice from Solo. I never noticed the dice until, like, The Last Jedi made a really big deal about it. Are they in the other movies? I don't know if they are. Like, I didn't even know he had them until these new ones. It's like dice. There's no dice in Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. But no, there is. There they are, waving above Chewie's head. Oh, Lord. 3PO's got his seatbelt on. Oh, that is so cool. So you can totally see, like, how this had to have been massively popular when it came out. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of fascinating how well this movie is aged so long after it came out. So what is Star Wars, like 42 years ago? Jeez. Hey, where's the dice? Dice aren't in the shot. Continuity error. Ah! Wow, there's a lot of techno babble in this, more than there is in the other ones. Like legit sci-fi stuff. I wouldn't even call Star Wars science fiction, but like this one, you could make a case for it with all that techno babble, even though you wouldn't win. Wow, that looks terrible. That looks wow. She's probably one of the best actors in this whole thing. How old was Carrie Fisher in this movie? She's got kind of a British accent almost. She doesn't in Empire or Return of the Jedi, does she? Well, now she sounded like not British. Is that like a mask that she's doing, like just to pretend that she's Imperial? Reasonable. Well, we blowing the shit out of your homegirl. Say goodbye to Jimmy Smits. Damn, they're like really close. I bet that shit burns. Damn. Hey, that looks kind of green. Mm. Obi-Wan's like, jeez, God. I need the Pepto Bismol, Luke. Look how dirty that ship is. Now it looks white. See, I would be okay with him going back into Star Wars and like changing the color of the lightsaber, making it accurate to blue, like what it's supposed to. I do love the stop motion. I am a sucker for good stop motion. It'd be really cool to make a complete movie with Go Motion today and do it as realistically as possible. I bet you could do it with maybe some minor adjustments to CG. Kind of cringy. Chewbacca resting his arms behind his head. I love this movie. Han Solo's laughing at him. One thing I didn't really like about Solo, I thought Solo was okay, but I don't like seeing changes to characters that just don't feel right. Seeing Han Solo not that confident, man, it's just weird. I get the idea of him changing, growing, but I have a really big problem with the Evolution of Claire novel doing that to Claire Dearing, and I'll get to that eventually. I don't know when. That book, man, I gotta be honest with you, that is one of the most. It's definitely my least favorite Jurassic story. I think, like it, jeez. But yeah, anyways, getting back to like changing characters, that's just something that I don't really think it's worked so well for some of these Star Wars movies, particularly Solo. You've taken your first step to a larger world. What is Vader doing in that room? He's just like resting his hands on that chair. How long do you think he was there? That's okay, Tarkin. Go ahead, type your script. That's fine. Man, we're already getting to the Death Star. This movie's quite fast paced. Each scene leads into the next pretty smoothly. One thing I am recognizing in this Star Wars movie though is like it's uh it's nowhere near as bombastic as some of the later ones. Particularly like Revenge of the Sith or The Last Jedi or the Phantom Menace has a lot of downtime where people are talking. This movie, I wouldn't call it downtime, but like there's scenes where just not that much action happens. Mm, better turn around while you can, Han. That's another Star Wars tradition. They say that in I think every movie or a variation of it. Uh oh, Chewie. He just flips like a little switch. Look at the switches on the Falcon's dashboard or whatever. Looks so strange. You can't win, but there are alternatives to fighting. Is that what he says? Yes, I got it right. John Williams again. That music. Dun 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 dun. Oh, so imaginative, so cool. Look at the guns. Oh, they created such an interesting world. This is totally one of my favorite Star Wars movies. How far are we in this movie? Are we at like are we at like the halfway point? We still got the trench run left and all the stuff on the Death Star, but like yeah, I think we're pretty close to the halfway point. Hmm. That's cool. Especially after seeing episode 3. One thing that I'm worried about with Kenobi is they'll make him go off planet to fight Darth Vader or something. They're like, a presence I haven't felt since 5 years ago. That like diminishes the effect of it like a lot. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how I feel. So they were hiding under the thing that Rey and Finn and BB 8 hid under in Force Awakens. He said, damn. I'm interested to hear how many of you guys enjoy the prequels and how many of you guys enjoy the sequels. Because I kind of take each movie, each movie's got its merits and its faults. I really love the original trilogy personally, even though I think Return of the Jedi is the weakest. I actually think Lost World is a better movie than Return of the Jedi. Um, and I think Phantom Menace has some great stuff in it, but I just think as a movie, it was at the time the most flawed. I think Attack of the Clones has more flaws than Phantom Menace, but I do enjoy Revenge of the Sith. I actually really love Revenge of the Sith. Uh, Here we got them coming in. He gets shot and like slings his body halfway across the room. That's always great. Now come on, them stormtroopers would be all over that place. Just fired a gun off in a freaking military station. But yeah. As far as the sequels go, I really loved The Force Awakens when it first came out, and I rewatched it about a year ago. I still like it. Rogue One is actually one of my least favorite Star Wars movies ever. I like Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones more than I like Rogue One. And I feel about the same way as Last Jedi. Solo was okay. I'll say Solo was better than Episode 2. So my opinions on the movies are kind of all over the place. But if I had to pick 5 that I'd be like, okay, you got to watch these 5 Star Wars movies, I'd say Episode 4, 5, 3, 7, and I guess 6. I'm tempted to say Phantom Menace just for the pod racing scene in Duel of the Fates alone. That stuff is good, but like there's a lot of the Phantom Menace. It's like, what are we doing here? Montana, Badlands. Waiting for Han Solo to just punch Luke in the face. Luke is so much of a baby here. duct tape. Damn, Mark Hamill's acting in this is not the best. But they're gonna kill her. Ah! Hmm. Little hokey. Little hokey. They're stormtroopers. Of course they have blasters. Uh, it is so weird watching this film. I wonder if future kids are going to love Star Wars as much as they did when I was young. I hope so. Again, can't praise the art design enough. Like, they really did a good job creating a world that felt different from other space properties at the time, especially Star Trek. I do like that. That's kind of funny. Oh, there's good old Obi. He needs to do his really quick dash him and Qui-Gon did in episode 1. Uh-oh. I sense him. He's come. You brought him here to kill me. This scene's weird too. Where are you taking this thing? Oh, I just got that reference. Cell block 1138. THX 1138. Nice little George Lucas thing. Oh, come on now. If anybody was watching, like, they would totally have known that you're in there murdering all the other people. It is pretty cool to me whenever they do references to other movies like that through numbers. Like him saying subblock 1138 is similar to a scene in Fallen Kingdom where the elevator number that goes up and down to the secret basement in the Lockwood Manor is 7337. Now, that was a short film. I believe I'm telling the story correctly. If I'm not, then someone can correct me. But I believe it was a short film that Juan Antonio Bayona made that got noticed by Guillermo del Toro, who helped produce his movie The Orphanage. And in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, you know, 7337 is what's used to like get up and down the elevator, but also uh, Guillermo del Toro is actually thanked in the credits of the newest Jurassic World movie. That's pretty cool. I'd love to see his take on a dinosaur film. Jurassic would be perfect for Guillermo del Toro. Jeez. She is hot. I don't care what anybody says. Carrie Fisher was gorgeous. Obi-Wan Kenobi. I must face him alone. Yeah, that's cool. Good way to build up your villain. Breaking through their own door. Where's Leia during all this? Did she like already back up in the corridor or what? Oh, she's still with Luke. That's right. Yeah. So I guess the British voice is just like a fake thing that she does around Imperials. If it is, I'm sorry for my ignorance. I did not know that. Well, that sucks. Oh no. This movie's very childish. And doesn't he like do a Flintstone scream when he dives in? Oh. There's something alive in here. How'd that space thing even get in there? Did the Empire use them to like destroy trash or what? I always wanted to know what they looked like. Because all we see is that tentacle and the eyeball. This is a really interesting independent movie. When compared to something a big studio would have put out at the time, it's so different. Man, I recently bought The Exorcist, James and the Giant Peach, and Godzilla King of the Monsters. And all of those movies, compared to this, seem like just way more polished. This movie has a certain kind of grit to it. You know what I mean? Like a I don't want to give it any negative connotation. I think it's cool. It feels very indie, like compared to all the other Star Wars movies and everything. It feels low budget. Feels like they're doing the best they can with everything they got, and it's true. It's interesting, like that handheld camera feel, like this like really weird plasticky thing that they're using to stop the trash compactor. It's just interesting, man. Where could he be? It's so cool that Mark Hamill has been like so positive and happy towards fans that love Star Wars. Like he loves fans. It's so cool. I wish that Jurassic was given the same amount of fanfare that Star Wars is. It's kind of a shame that they aren't. Yeah, you stand guard, you stormtrooper, you. 3PO is getting a little bit of a backbone. Oh. Interesting thing about Star Wars as well is, like, I don't hate any of the movies. Like, I know that there's a lot of people that hate all kinds of Star Wars movies, but like, I don't hate much of anything, to tell you the truth. Like, I just don't. I find it hard to hate a movie. Even Jurassic Park 3, which I did hate for years. Like, thinking back on it now, it's just a movie. Like, come on. And I truly don't think any Star Wars movie, outside of one in particular, can truly be like, I understand why they hate. Like, the only movie that I can get out of all of them that, like, oh, I get why you hate that, is the holiday special. And yes, I would call it a movie. That thing's like 2 hours. That's a feature. It's a TV movie, but it's a movie. It does have that cool Boba Fett scene in it, though. Man, everything else is terrible. 3PO. How do you think they made this scene? They probably have like 4 guys on each side pushing those props together. I always liked this part. That's a very good, that's a great joke. Curse my metal body, I wasn't fast enough. Here we got old Ben doing his damnedest to go on this last crusade. Where's the tractor beam to this star of death? Ah, I seem to have found it. Obi-Wan Kenobi is probably my favorite character in all of Star Wars. In every movie he's in, he's great. I understand why, but I just wish we got a little more of him in Empire and Return of the Jedi. because he's kind of only relegated to cameos in the next two movies. I wonder if they duct taped her nipples. That'd probably, that'd hurt. I wouldn't want my nipples having any duct tape on them. Shit. Rip. Ah! I love that little like dialogue that you see those new BT-16s. That is something that like some people would talk about. Ah! You just murdered my friend. Why are they all running? They couldn't have shot him. Ah! Look out, Chewie. We're in the special edition. There's lots more. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this scene. I think you did too, Luke. Stormtroopers are freaking cool. This is very, very iconic. That's so fun, man. This movie's great. So good. I love that. Anytime you hear a Wilhelm scream in a movie. Kill him, Leia. Here they come. Damn, she sucks too. Oh, she got one. Bit cheesy. There's old Obi-Wan. He's got his lightsaber. Oh, that's such a cool little cut. I wonder how they did those doors too. That's just so fun. And then we got this. This is iconic. He's just waiting there with the red lightsaber. Yeah. Time to fight. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. Only master of evil, Darth. Ah, so good. Whoa, got a little parry move on you, Darth. Spin around and turn his back to you. In comparison to literally every other fight in the saga, this sucks. But the dialogue in it's really cool. It's not much of a fight. It's more like fencing, but it's still cool. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Dragon Ball Z, where they just stop and talk. See you in hell, Kui. Yeah, this fight's not that good, but like the imagery is very fun. It's like slapping his lightsaber away. Oh, you know what I just realized? That fight's like really short because I think the next time we see it, Obi-Wan dies, doesn't he? So is that fight even like 2 minutes long? Oh, hold on. Hold on. That's right. Stormtroopers are like, what the fuck's going on over there? We better go help old Darth out. Vader, we're coming, buddy. It's quite a good scene in retrospect, knowing that he basically gave his life, but he would like be there with Luke as a ghost. That's kind of cool. Run, Luke, run. Very cool. I gotta say, I'm very impressed by this movie. Like, I mean, I've always loved Star Wars, but sometimes you go a long time without seeing something, and you come back to it, and you're like, "Wow, man, I get it. I get why I really enjoy this." Luke is still a whiny baby. Here you go. Here's a blankie. Do you want to suck your thumb? It's pretty great though. Like, I totally. It's a very childish movie. It's definitely made for kids, but it's a very good movie. It's not like supremely dorky. There are some moments in it, like with Luke, where the acting is just a little hokey, but like the movie itself, I think, is so good and so original and so fun that you can't ignore like the impact it had on cinema and just how good of a time it is. I really enjoy the original Star Wars movie. And here we have another little action scene. This movie's pace is like, it hits its beat so well. And it's like a showcase of just fun serialized adventures. It's interesting how that works. How it ties itself together in the plot so well. Like, we just got out of the Vader Kenobi fight, and now we're having a new little dog fight, like World War II thing in space. It's interesting. You can see that like box outline around the TIE fighters. I guess that was where they composited them into the plate from the actual shoot. You can't really see them in some scenes, but in some scenes it's very obvious. I've never owned the original trilogy on Blu-ray. Maybe I should do that. But I don't want to have that scene where they added the no, it's a Darth Vader when he throws the Emperor down. Plus, they made Yoda a CGI effect in Phantom Menace. It's a little weird. Ooh, that was a cool explosion. That was probably a part of the special edition. Yay! So, do we go directly to Yav? Nope. Oh, yeah, they put a tracking thing on them. So, I guess the British accent was just to like throw off the Imperials. It took me like forever to figure that out. Shut up, Luke. That's a cool moment, but you know what? It's kind of fucking ruined when they made that your sister, Lukey, old boy, you incestuous bastard. They clearly knew where they were going with the sequels, right? He's got his target cashier thing, making sure the VIN number on that Millennium Falcon is landing properly. I always thought it was cool how like Yavin 4 had temples on them, kind of like Mayan ruins. Oh, they're on those little things that you can find in airport. Oh shit, he's got the poncho again. Luke is in the Clint Eastwood getup twice. It's a big ass cable. Can they just take the floppy disk out of him? They gotta plug him into the wall? Look at those vector graphics. They're probably like cutting edge for 77. They are really cool in Escape from New York. That was a few years later. And they were green. It's kind of a weird idea that the Death Star can just kind of like float up to any planet. Princess Leia? Oh my god, 2 meters. 2 meters! That was a pretty fatal flaw, but okay. May the force be with you. All you motherfuckers are going to die. Except for Luke, Wedge, Han, and probably some no-name guy. Ah, numbers! Numbers don't belong in Star Wars. We need a special edition. And your cheekbones, Tarkin, because you're about to get blown up. Always looks like ammo boxes to me. Yes. Jeez. Suicide. Shut up, Luke. Now he meets up with his friend Biggs right here, right? I think. Well, he died, so move on. A second kiss? I don't remember this. My goodness. Better not hope for any webbed feet Jedi, children. Hey, it's Mustache Man. Smiles. We're all gonna die. They'll stop you. And good old Porkins while they're at it. Jeez. I can remember the days of 2015 when everyone was so happy for new Star Wars. Now the internet is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. I don't know what to believe anymore. I didn't even like The Last Jedi, and I feel bad for the people involved in the new ones. Oh, God. Maybe it'll blow over, but... Oh, man. It's just so hard for even someone like me to accept the fact that there's movies past Return of the Jedi. Luke just accepts the fact that he's hearing ghosts. All right, here we go. We are into the third act, the final action sequence. Oh, the music, man. John Williams is so good. Uh-oh, we got a special edition shot. Red 6 standing by. I think that Rebellion would have some like rigorous cardio workouts for their soldier to do, but Porkins, he's all right, man. My dad, every time he sees Porkins, just laughs so hard during Porkins' death scene. it's so it's so messed up, but like it is. You gotta admit, he's just like one heavy set rebel. Oh, that's so cool. Ah, this is Star Wars at its finest. Yes, shoot him down. So fun. Oh, they should make like some really good VR games for this, like MMO VR games, where like you can be on the, you can be talking to your friend playing the game in some other part of the world. We're going into the Death Star, boys. Vader's ship's called a TIE Interceptor, right? I think it is, anyways. I'm right with you, Red 3. Oh. It's the noise he makes when he dies. It's almost as bad as Nash in Jurassic Park 3, where he's like, oh God, God, please. Damn. Good job, Luke. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here they come. Oh, dude, the pilots are so cool. Oh, he's dead. They should have made Wedge Antilles like a big part of the sequel trilogy. What a missed opportunity that was. Oh, he got him. Hell yeah, boy. We're flying with Darth. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Oh man, this is so cool. Can you imagine people in the 70s who were like, what the hell? This is amazing. I've done so much coke. Yeah, where are you, Biggs? Oh yeah, that's awesome. That's dope. They should have had Wedge Antilles like as a major part. If I remember correctly, I was reading a Star Wars book and Wedge Antilles was like he was tractor beamed in by the Empire or something. Was it Aftermath? I tried to read Aftermath back in 2015. I did not get far, but I remember I think Wedge was in that. Uh-oh. That Death Star's coming. Numbers! Getting a signal. They've stopped. Uh-oh. Here they come. Oh, dude. I remember as a kid, I built a TIE fighter out of Legos. Just it's so fun going back and revisiting Star Wars. He's dead. But the guy was like, shit. Stay on target. You killed him. Oh, they got gold leader. Evacuate in our moment of triumph. Where's Red 6? He didn't make it. I'm so sorry. Really, I am. No, I remember the people that helped me, Wedge. Damn, that looks scary. Oh, man. Can you imagine how intense that would be if you were actually in the X-Wings? Ah. Why aren't they holding... What the heck? Where's Luke and everybody? They should be like... Damn, what the hell happened outside? Hmm. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. He's dead. Right with you, boss. Yeah. I love the Star Wars. Man, the special effects in this is great. Art design, I keep saying that, but like it's just so unique looking. Which is like, fuck this shit. I just saw everybody else got murdered. I am not gonna hang out. Oh no. They got your best friend. So it's just Luke and Wedge. But there should be some other, like a Y Wing or something out there, right? What's that guy doing right now? Tell him to get his ass in the trench. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. Oh man, this movie's great. This is giving me flashbacks to playing Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 2. Can you believe that game's 15 years old? Jeez. No, they got R2. C-3P is like, what? No. Uh-oh. Damn, they really did cut it down to the wire, didn't they? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, damn. This is close. Oh, that's so good. Oh, man, what an ending. Oh, so fucking cool. Oh, man, what an ending. And they got Darth Vader still alive. He's like the Barbasol can in this movie. It's like the one tiny setup for a sequel. Oh, man, that's so great. What a fun movie this is. Can you hear me? Yeah, you can tell, like, there was no plans for, like, a Star Wars 2. I mean, of course, if it did well, yeah, definitely. But this movie wraps itself up so perfectly. That is so freaking cool. Oh, man, this movie is so fun. John Williams, again, outdoes himself. Especially for an independent movie in the 70s. This was just like one hippie, George Lucas, going out of his way to make like the coolest kids movie in the universe. Oh, it's so fun. That's a great scene too. Now, how come Chewbacca didn't get a medal? I kind of get why Wedge didn't. He pussied out. But Chewbacca was like first mate. Just saying. Didn't Padme congratulate R2 in The Phantom Menace? And he doesn't get a medal here? We've gone backwards in our droid rights. Oh well. Great movie, loved it. Written and directed by George Lucas, very fun. I'm interested to hear what all of you guys think about Star Wars. I like it. I mean, I think I've made it pretty clear that I like the original Star Wars. I enjoy pretty much. I enjoy aspects of all of them. There are a few that I just don't enjoy watching, but like, I think this is a good movie. But yeah, that's. I don't really have much else to say about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you're interested in listening to one on The Empire Strikes Back. All right, guys, take it easy.